Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. My name is NURUL BINTI AMZNI and my metric number is 2413056. Before I took the Malaysian Society and Culture subject, I felt as I was experiencing deja vu, as if I was learning the history subject that I had studied in my primary and secondary school. I admit that at first I could not distinguish between history and this subject because my many topics seem similar. The situation caused me to be confused and wonder why a subject like this exists in the field of sociology. However, after taking this course, I began to realize that there was a significant difference between the history subject and Malaysian society and culture subject. I also began to understand more and more why this course was included in the field of sociology and not just in the field of history. In fact, this subject is more about opening our understanding of how Malaysian society united in the effort to achieve independence rather than simply telling the chronology of the history of Malaysian independence. For example, through the film Hati Malaya, we can clearly see how the spirit of unity among the Malayan community has played an important role in resisting the colonialists. Hati Malaya film shows how they fell and rose together, fighting for the independence with the great sacrifice and fighting spirit. The story presented is very touching and gives a sense, sadness, and realizations of how great their service were. Without efforts and struggle of previous generation, we may still be under the rule of foreign powers. However, it's very sad to see the reality of Malayan community today, which is increasingly inclined to bring each other down rather than working together and uniting in facing current challenges. This shows how important it for us to appreciate the spirit of unity and sacrifice that previous generations have shown for the future of the country. This course opened my eyes to the fact that in ancient history, there were also elements such as social class, discrimination, and various social problems that I had not seen or understood in depth before. For example, as explained by Dr. Zhu, since the time Tun Dr. Mahathir became the fourth Prime Minister, there has been a division of social class, where the rich have better access to education than the less fortunate. Things like this were rarely emphasized in the subject of history in the past, but they become important focus in this subject because they are closely related to the social structure of Malaysian society. This course also taught me about the origins, formation of the Malay identity, how the name was given, and why Malaysia consists of various races such as Malays, Chinese, and Indians. While in the history subjects, we focus more on the events chronologically. This course examines the impact and social implications of these events on the society today. For example, the establishment of the Malayan Union had been the Malays aware over the importance of defending the homeland from falling into wrong hands. This awareness is still embedded in Malay society to this day, and that is why important positions such as sultans and prime minister are still closely associated with Malays and not given to other races such as Chinese or Indians. In addition, this subject also helped me a lot to develop critical thinking skills. It trained us to analyze and evaluate an issue in depth before making any conclusion. I have now better understand that the journey of Malay community from the past to the present is not just a series of events but involve cultural dynamics, social change, and the formation of a national identity. In conclusion, the Malaysia society and culture subject has opened a new perspective for me in sociological perspective. It provides a more comprehensive picture of how past events impact present-day society and how we can understand Malaysia as a complex and multicultural country. I think That's all from me. Thank you.